I know that you guys want to succeed. I'm doing all the hard work for you. I know that music is probably one of the hardest areas to succeed in. Probably ever. Yale do courses, Berklee does courses, the highest prestigious music schools in the world. Grammys, like the people that actually run the music industry. I'm gonna test them out so you guys don't have to. I'm taking in this knowledge and I'm gonna give a rundown of the best steps, the best advice. Thing I know is written in this book. We will be talking about what we learn and implementing it in our work, and I will be showing you whether it's actually worth it. I'm excited. I love music. Also got a masterclass from Zimmer, Timbaland, there's Alicia Keys, so let's see if it's worth it. And is anyone else really, really excited because they love music, or is it just me? Okay, let's go. Kris Jenner has a masterclass. Herbie Hancock has a masterclass. If that's not peak 2024 vibes, I don't know what it is.
Bien, ese está.
I have watched 2 episodes of Hans Zimmer just talking for about 9 minutes each. Do you know how much I've learned? The things that he has said that I'm gonna go off and research is incredible. If you are like me and you love music, you will love this. He's first said, think of the studio as like a laboratory. It's so interesting because I think a lot of times producers go into the studios and they think like, I'm gonna sit down, I'm gonna do this. You kind of plan what mics you're gonna use beforehand. You need to think of it as if you're literally going in to make Frankenstein. You're going in there to experiment. You're not going in there to necessarily like make the right piece straight away. You're going in there almost like a kid drawing up a world. You know when kids like draw up things and they draw like a tree and then they have like Superman and it's like really badly drawn. And he also said the way that it works is when everybody is passionate, because it backs up that whole point. You can't go in there and be technical and that's it. You don't have to know everything, but you do have to be passionate. She ate there. He said he hears the world more than he sees it, which is crazy, first of all. He brushed it off as if it was nothing, but in my head, my mind was blown. I'm not sure if he's had synesthesia or what. I think it's so interesting to maybe, when you're out on a walk, maybe have a think about the sounds that you're hearing. He said about how he wrote for Sherlock. What's going on about Sherlock? When he went out, he knew in London that there was so many pubs, and all that the pubs were doing was making sounds. So there was a badly tuned piano, there was an accordion. And that's how he wrote the score. Some city doesn't exist, but cities exist. Dark places exist. Alleyways exist. Other superhero movies already exist. Pick what you want. And then he went from there and he said about sampling the people that you love. Musicians, sample them. And then he said that it's not about replacing them with AI and that, which is so prevalent to today, because AI, people think it's going to replace everyone. But in reality, the way he's doing it is by preserving them and by being able to make the things sound different, because all samples are basically the same, right? So this is the most interesting part. Let me tell you this. I can't pronounce the name. I'll put it up here. He said when you slow light down enough, it becomes sound. I don't know if I'm stupid, but what the heck? He was saying about how this Italian artist, he has a book about how he writes with light. Hans Zimmer does is that he likes to go into film scoring session and he looks at how the light moves in the scene, and he looks at how every other aspect of the crew and that have put everything together for him to make the specific sound. He called it paraphrasing with light, which I think is pretty sick. And then he also said as well about the color strips. You know when you get like movie posters and they make every single scene, every single frame a color. Call Me By Your Name, you could say when they're out in the Italian countryside, it's green because there's green. Maybe when he's in his house, maybe it's a dark brown. You put all of those strips together. I'll put up an image of what I mean. The light color palette to be able to write the film. Clues are there. It's so crazy, and it's so interesting about mixing senses as well. When you have synesthesia, it's a mixture of senses. Almost like this like superhuman thing to be able to mix your senses at the same time. It's a different way of looking at the world. But anyway, what do I know? Masterclasses, I highly recommend. I'll have to probably do the Grammys in a different video, and who I'm gonna go research and what I can write assignments on, and I can use all of this in practical knowledge. Like if I go and make a song now, I'm gonna look at it completely differently. Sit there and I'm gonna go, how does the light look today? How does the city and the lights in the city change the way that it impacts the scene? know if I'm making sense, but that is the coolest thing ever. Think about touch, think about smell. When you're in a restaurant and you smell things, that's certain memories that come back. Ratatouille, do you know what I mean? I love film. I'm going to continue making multiple videos on this kind of thing if you guys enjoy it. Do more masterclasses and I will upload more videos for you guys so you guys don't have to spend the money, but you can get the knowledge. That is all for today. Bye!